Okay. Your word is never. Miles was sad to realize that he would never see a living dodo bird. Sniffle. Patricia was desperate for winter to end because she no longer wanted to sniffle all day long.
Sniffle. S-N-I-F-F-L-E. Sniffle.
Broth. Mother made 2 quarts of broth from the leftover chicken.
Broth. B-R-O-T-H. Broth.
Petal. The last petal of the sunflower fell as if to say, fall has arrived.
Paddle. P-E-T-T-A-L. Paddle.
Then we go to another word. Monday. Edgar asked Marisol if she could meet him for lunch on Monday.
Monday. M-O-N-D-A-Y. Monday.
Neon. Even though Tim was wearing neon swimming trunks, his mom had trouble spotting him on the crowded beach.
Neon. N-E-O-N. Neon.
Collect. He liked to collect stamps from different countries.
Collect. C-O-L-L-E-C-T. Collect.
Proper. Chester did not have the proper qualifications to be an astronaut, but that didn't stop him from dreaming of going on to space.
Proper. P-R-O-P-E. Proper.
Ripple. Instead of skipping across the river, Anna's rock sank straight to the bottom, sending out a massive ripple in the water.
Ripple. R-I-P-P-L-E. Ripple.
Understand. Beverly's brothers understand that her room is off limits when the door is shut.
Understand. U-N-D-E-R-S-T-A-N-D.
Just say it.
Oh, understand.
Okay, that concludes the end of round 1. So we'll now be moving on to round 2. Benches. The beautiful lake had a looping trail lined with benches for everyone to view.
Benches. BENSH.
Seal. The seal barked at the passerbys as it sat upon a rock on the shoreline.
Seal. SEAL. Seal.
Fumble. Because the bottom of the lake was so rocky, the children had to fumble their way back to shore.
Fumble. FUMBLE. Fumble.
Crowd. The crowd on the football field chanted, "We're number one."
Crowd.
Onshore. Marius lives on a remote island, but he does all his business onshore.
Onshore. ONSHORE.
Repeat it. Deny. Because of the strong family resemblance, Carmen could not deny that David was her brother.
Deny. DENY. Deny.
Cheer. The smile on Jenna's face never failed to cheer her classmates.
Cheer. CHEER. Cheer.
Special. Monty and Pat always celebrated their anniversary with a special ice cream dessert.
Special. SPECAIL. Special.
Results. Pele drummed his fingers in anticipation as he read the race results.
Results. RESULTS. Results.
Chain. After Samira used her repair kit to fix Mark's bicycle chain, they were able to continue their ride up the mountain.
Chain. CHAIN. Chain.
Candles. Candles burning in space have a dome-shaped flame rather than a teardrop shape due to the lack of gravity and convection currents.
Candles. CANDLES. Candles.
Admit. Because Amira's brother liked to brag, she didn't want to admit she enjoyed the dinner he prepared.
Admit. ADMIT. Admit.
Pieces. The pieces of the puzzle fell all over the floor when Daryl accidentally knocked the box over.
Pieces. Pieces. Pieces.
Smiled. Isla smiled at her sister as they entered the amusement park.
Smiled. S-M-I-L-E-D, smiled.
Hotel. Violet booked a room in a hotel on the beach.
Hotel. H-O-T-E-L. Hotel.
That concludes round 2. We're now going to move on to round 3. Chicken. The chicken was domesticated in China and India around 8,000 years ago.
Chicken. C-H-I-K-E-N. Chicken.
Health. When Ethan was sick, it was always his mother who nursed him back to health.
Health. H-E-A-L-T-H. Health.
Rover. After high school, Emmeline spent a year as a rover traveling across Europe.
Rover. R-O-V-E-R. Rover.
Crew. The ship's crew was trained to respond to almost any emergency that could occur at sea.
Crew. C-R-E-W. Crew.
Holler. Lassie knew Timmy was in trouble when she heard him holler for help.
Holler. H-O-L-L-E. Holler.
Ribbon. Layla tied her ponytail with a piece of black silk ribbon.
Ribbon. R-I-B-B-O-N. Ribbon.
Waited. Marcia waited nervously for the bus to pick her up and take her to her first day of 2nd grade.
Weighted. W-A-I-T-E-D. Weighted.
Vividly. Finn vividly remembers his 6th grade family vacation to the Badlands and Mount Rushmore.
Vividly. V-I-V-I-D-L-Y. Vividly.
Social. Evan enjoyed social time with his friends as much as he enjoyed time alone with a good book.
Social. S-O-C-I-A-L. Social.
Samples. The waiter divided the cake into samples for the wedding guests.
Samples.
Adrift. Mei Li untied the knots and set the boat adrift.
Adrift. A-D-R-I-F-T.
Foolishness. Jada had to laugh at her own foolishness.
Foolishness. F-O-O-L-I-S-H-N-E-S-S. Foolishness.
That is the end of round 3. We will now begin round 4. Siblings. Joseph has 4 siblings, 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Siblings. S-I-B-L-I-N-G-S. Siblings.
Argue. During the debates given in class, students were expected to argue their point of view.
Argue. A-R-G-U-E. Argue.
Manger. One of Leah's daily chores was putting feed in the manger for her father's cattle.
Manger. M-A-N-G-E-R. Manger.
Proud. Mike was proud to be a member of the municipal police force.
P-R-O-U-D. Proud.
Gallop. The gallop of the herd of wild mustangs could be heard for miles.
Gallop. G-A-L-L-O-P. Gallop.
Plumbing. The plumbing in the Victorian home is old and leaky and needs to be replaced.
Plumbing. P-L-U-M-B-I-N-G. Plumbing.
Earthquake. The new skyscraper was built with dampers designed to reduce swaying in the event of an earthquake.
Earthquake. E-A-R-T-H-Q-U-A-K-E. Earthquake.
Delivery. The delivery of the package was on time as promised.
Delivery. D-E-L-I-V-E-R-Y. Delivery.
Usual. Mara ordered her usual, a double cheeseburger with extra pickles.
Usual. U-S-U-A-L. Usual.
Antennas. Many new cars today have antennas hidden on rear windows along with the defroster.
Antennas. A-N-T-E-N-N-A-S. Antennas.
Chalk. Leisha picked up the chalk and solved the math problem that Mrs. McCollum had written on the board.
Chalk. C-H-A-L-K. Chalk.
So we're now going to begin round 5. Distressed. When his factory burned down, the distressed owner resolved to a new one.
Distressed. D-I-S-T-R-E-S-S-E-D. Distressed.
Blustery. The blustery weather forced NASA to divert the returning space shuttle to a new landing site.
Blustery. B-L-U-S-T-E-R-Y. Blustery.
Arrange. Simon liked to arrange his books alphabetically on his bookshelf.
Arrange. A-R-R-A-N-G-E. Arrange.
Extremely. The rock climbers were extremely careful to double check their harnesses before beginning their ascent.
Extreme. E-X-T-R-E-M-E-L-Y. Extremely.
Pulse. His pulse was beginning to normalize again after Jamal had a fainting spell.
Pulse. P-U-L-S-E. Pulse.
Garland. Clementine solemnly placed a garland of daisies on the statue's head while the choir sang the school song.
Garland. G-A-R-L-A-N-D. Garland.
Profile. Jensen's facial features come into focus when viewed in a profile.
Profile. P-R-O-F-I-L-E. Profile.
Writers. The writers of the local food magazine are all passionate and thoughtful foodies.
Writers. W-R-I-T-E-R-S. Writers.
Dispute. Every Saturday morning outside the stadium, fans and ticket scalpers dispute about how much a seat for the game should cost.
Dispute. D-I-S-P-U-T-E. Dispute.
Barrier. When Cicely had to share a bed with her little sister while on vacation, she set up a pillow barrier down the middle to avoid any stray kicks.
Barrier. B-A-R-R-I-E-R.
Avoid. Because Jamal was afraid of heights, he made sure to avoid climbing ladders.
Avoid. A-V-O-I-D, avoid.
Okay, that ends round 5. We'll start with 119. Disinfectant. At the end of the day, the teacher's assistant cleaned the top of each desk with disinfectant.
Disinfectant. D-I-S-I-N-F-E-C-T. Disinfectant.
Mars. Named after the Roman god of war, Mars is the 4th planet from the sun.
Mars. M-A-R-S, Mars.
Drastic. When the girl encountered a bear on the trail, she realized it was a drastic mistake to leave the bear spray back at camp.
Drastic. D-R-A-S-T-I-C. Drastic.
Rookie. In 1963, baseball player Pete Rose was chosen as the National League Rookie of the Year. Exploits. Anyone who exploits migrant farm workers may be subjected to fines or imprisonment.
Exploits. E-X-P-L-O-I-T-S. Exploits.
Profound. When Denzel received a C on his paper, he argued that his analysis was just too profound for his teacher to truly understand.
Profound. P-R-O-F-O-U-N-D. Profound.
Trombone. Gregory plays the trombone in the marching band.
Trombone. T-R-O-M-B-O-N-E. Trombone.
Deters. The smell of cayenne pepper deters deers from feeding on the plants in the garden.
Deters. D-E-T-E-R-S. Deters.
Audience. The audience erupted with thunderous applause at the act's conclusion.
Audience. A-U-D-I-E-N-C-E. Audience.
Staggered. Marcus staggered and then fell after he took the last blow from his opponent.
Staggered. S-T-A-G-E-R-E-D.
Organist. The organist took the cue and started playing a rousing rendition of Amazing Grace.
Organist. O-R-G-A-N-I-S-T. Organist.
That concludes round 6. We will now begin with round 7. We'll start with 134. Amplify. The speaker used an emotional video to amplify the theme of her keynote address.
Amplify. A-M-P-L-I-F-Y. Amplify.
Refrain. Paula kept humming the song's refrain all day.
Refrain. R-E-F-R-A-I-N. Refrain.
Mullish. His mullish refusal to do the dishes will be Kendall's demise.
Mullish. M-O-L-L-I-S-H. Mullish.
Obstacles. Astrid viewed the challenges as opportunities, not obstacles.
Obstacles. O-B-S-T-A-C-L-E-S. Obstacles.
Deportment. Astrid's manners and deportment were described by her co-workers as excellent.
Deportment. D-E-P-O-R-T-M-E-N-T. Deportment.
Agricultural. Tina's report on agricultural disasters began with a discussion of the Dust Bowl of the 1930s.
Agriculture.